finally finished the trans tunnel in this thing. Took me a couple tries on my first side over there to get that one. Was able to get the passenger side on the first try, but yeah, turned out okay. Finally got it all fitted up with the bend in the right spot, and got that welded in. I've got the next piece here that goes up there all made up. That needs to get welded in. But I'm kind of taking a break on this. I'm gonna switch gears for a little bit now. Once I got that finished up, I was getting ready to work on some shock stuff. I've had a couple pairs of shocks dropped off, and I need to get working on those. And then I've had quite a few more shocks in the last couple days show up, and now I'm overflowing with shocks. So I've got a set of Kings. That's what I'm gonna start on, is these ones here. Yeah, just some pre-runner, some Ranger pre-runner shocks. So I got some Kings to go through. And then here I've got 3 sets of Can Am shocks. So all of these are off of UTVs. So pretty similar. They're all like 2017 to 2019-ish Can Am. That's why they all look very similar. Like these ones are a lot more matching. These ones don't have the 2.5 or the 3.0s in the rear. These ones have the upgraded 3.0s. Nonetheless, what else we got? Brand new set of Kings showed up that I've got to get those ripped apart, and we're just Cerakoting some bodies on. So those are kind of cool. Something first shocks that I'm going to do anything with coating. I haven't done any coating ever before with shocks. Just rebuilding and tuning and stuff like that. But those are some brand new shocks for part of a Carly suspension kit. So if you're familiar with off-road, familiar with Carly suspension and their stuff, that's some spec shocks from one of their kits, and I'm just ripping it apart so we can put some Cerakote on the bodies. So that'll be kind of cool once those are going back together. And yeah, what else we got? I think that's what I got for shocks now. And maybe a little update on this. I didn't really film too much, but as you can see, the dash is gone. So I've got a little bit more done on this thing. I'm at a point where on this truck now we need to get the cutoff wheel out and start cutting. So this stuff, this needs cut out. This skin, like framing on the roof, needs cut out. But everything interior wise is pulled out that I need to be able to put the cage in this. So I need to cut some holes in the floor for the tubes to go down for the frame tie-ins. So kind of where the Chevy build is at. So we'll get started with these Kings. I don't know if there's anything super in particular. Nothing crazy, just some rebuilds. I did get some, I'll show you these, some cool new. I'm gonna put my first set. I got like replacement stickers. Dune Hippie Machine Shock Service. Got some stickers like that for replacing these here. So his stickers are all pretty torn up, so he told me to go ahead and throw some Dune Hippie Machine stickers on there. So we'll get started on some of those and see where we get. Find anything interesting, maybe I'll grab the camera and show you guys, but I'll get after it. Just finished putting these all back together, charging them up with nitrogen, and got my new stickers all on them. So these are the first set of shocks that put all my new stickers that I drew up and designed on there. And his old stickers were pretty ripped up and not looking that great. So swapped them out with these. Even got the kind of little wraparound band here. Yeah, pretty pumped with how those turned out. I'm gonna hopefully start putting those on some more shocks. So this set is all done. Time to switch over to the Fox stuff that I got. So these are internal bypass as well. Those were some Kings that I just did, but these are all UTV shocks. So got 3 cars here. Nothing too crazy, just coilover shocks. So the only thing that I do to these, the UTV shocks, is these things come OEM with those rubber pellet style nitrogen fills, where you use like a hypodermic needle and you pierce the rubber pellet, fill it with nitrogen. Those are not really really good at keeping accurate pressure and even being able to check them. So one of the things I do when I get UTV shocks like this, or even like the Raptor shocks, which are sitting over here, these have Schrader valves in them now because I put those in there. Is I do that with all these things. So I'll drill those out, I'll tap them and put in a little Schrader valve, and then we can make sure that these things are holding nitrogen pressure a lot better. We can check them with a gauge. We can service them a lot easier. Making progress getting these Fox shocks torn apart. This is 2 different sets. These are, I'm working on just doing some fronts right now. So some fronts off of an orange car and some fronts off of a black car. I've got 3 of them torn apart already. So this is your internal bypass tube. This goes inside the shock body right there. Here's the IFP, the internal floating piston. That goes in the reservoir here. The end cap. So these were some UTV shocks. The insides actually look pretty good. The little bronze wear bands on these things still have life left in them. They are starting to poke through the bronzes a little bit, so we are going to replace these while we're in here. All the oil's getting replaced. All the oil is pretty spent. That's the oil that came out of them. Pretty dark. So we'll get the oil changed out. We'll get all the seals changed out. But the main problem with these is they had lost nitrogen pressure. So that there's the end cap. I've drilled that out with a drill just to drill through it to drain the nitrogen. And one of these didn't even have any in it. All the other 3 were pretty low. They still had nitrogen in them, but yeah, it was pretty low. So that is the kind of the main issue. Perfect timing kind of for these shocks to come in and get rebuilt. No internals are damaged, but the oil needs changed, the seals need changed, those wear bands need changed. And now with doing the upgraded Schrader valve in there, drilling that out, tapping it, putting a Schrader valve in there, it will be able to maintain nitrogen pressure in here much better. It won't leak down. And we'll actually should be able to get some better life out of these, and they should perform better too. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you before I finish ripping down this shock. This is kind of how the shock came to me in this condition. You know, the outsides look pretty decent. Some dings here and there. Sticker's got some scratches, but for the most part, these orange, this orange set's kind of a little bit cleaner, but just some dirt on the bodies. I think this is a 17 car and this is an 18 car, I believe, the years. So that's kind of how old they are. These shocks have never been opened up. So you're looking at, what is that, 4 and 5. I don't know what kind of average use they're getting out of these cars, but a couple years old. Definitely need to get this done. So there's the internal floating piston down in there. And then this is like a dust cap you pop off. You know, there's no seal on the shaft there, so you see that all piles up with dirt in there. So got to clean that all out. Bust these free. You got to have some special wrenches for that if you're doing the UTV stuff. So we'll get this last one torn down, start cleaning everything up, Got to take apart the piston assemblies and the shafts and get all the O-rings changed out on those, get the wear bands on there, and we'll start getting all this stuff back assembled and move on to the rear shocks. So yeah, I don't know, just if you've never seen inside these UTV shocks, you're curious what they look like, that's what they look like. Got these shock shafts all torn apart and disassembled, and got to the point I started working on getting the Schrader valves put in these end caps. So figured maybe I'd show you a little bit more what I was talking about. There's one that's been drilled and tapped now with an MPT fitting. So matches this Schrader valve right here. That's what's going to go in there. This is what they look like from the factory. So the rubber, I drilled it out to get the nitrogen out. You can see there's a hole all the way through. It's a little steel plug with that rubber insert. So getting rid of that completely. And now it is a tapped hole, like I said, for this Schrader valve. So that's the thread side, the MPT side. This other side, that's the Schrader valve. I do have this set of shocks I've already gotten done. These are already all done. I'm working on the other two now. But that's what it looks like all back together now with the shocks. So I still got the rears to do. But you can see there the rears, that's the OEM rear in one of the reservoirs versus the Schrader valves in them now. So now can pull the cap off. Got a fitting that we can actually throw a gauge on there, check these things, make sure that they're always at the pressure they need to be. And if they do leak down, or if the Schrader valve starts leaking and leaks your nitrogen out, you can refill them. And yeah, anyways, thought I'd show you something. These are the parts of the Can Am Fox front shocks. This is the shock shaft. Had to do it working on those right now for the reservoir caps, and then got to clean all this stuff up. There's the piston, the shim stacks, the bump spring inside these things, seal head. Just finished getting these two sets of Can Am UTV shocks all done. Got the shaders all in there, and even got a couple of my new stickers on a couple of the reservoirs. Didn't really have any other good spots to get them on these front ones without, covering up. There's the Fox OEM stickers, and these still all look really nice, so just put those little ones on there. But yeah, always nice to see some nice, fresh, clean shocks ready to get picked up for a customer and put back on a car. So got those all done. I did end up running out of oil though, so I didn't get to the third set I've got. So those two came in together. Those are going to the same person picking them up. They've got two cars, so got those ones done, and I am now waiting on some oil to show back up. It'll take about 2 days to get here, and gonna have to start keeping some more stuff on hand. 5-gallon bucket has always kind of been doing me good, but between those Kings I just did, just went through all the oil I had. So got some more oil showing up. We'll get to those when that gets here. For now, I'm kind of gonna switch back off of shocks and get back over on some fab work. Truggy, the Chevy, doing a couple different things. I think I'm gonna start on the Truggy first. I've got to do some second pass welding on some of this tube work up in here. I still need to add a gusset tube from here to here. This is you know, the coilover carries most of the weight of the truck. So this being in here, you know, this is like a junction tube. I had to add this in here with a weld here, so it's sleeved and welded. Not the strongest thing. You know, this right here is another like weird junction piece, some 1.5 to some 1.25. So I want to add a gusset from here to here on both sides to kind of help strengthen this shock tower up a little bit. And then also probably going to be doing something from this tube out to here. Got to make something for my firewall to come out and then turn in and tie into this piece here to kind of finish off our firewall. So that's what I got next. I'm going to start working on this. And oh, I got that other piece welded in. And then the Chevy, like I had already showed you, I'm ready to start cutting on that thing. So gonna probably call that episode, I guess, with that. Kind of mainly tried showing some shock stuff. You know, I didn't show you guys everything. Not really showing you guys how to like tear them down and rebuild them, but just kind of stuff along the way that's, I guess is interesting and cool. Hope you guys find it interesting or cool too. So we'll keep on making some videos, and we'll catch you on the next one. Back to some fab work for the next one. Peace.